Alright, welcome back. This is MDawg, and I can't remember what episode we're on. 5, 6? I think we've already done 5. We may have done 6. I think we've done 5. I think this is 6. So we are here at Mosquito, and order-wise, it looks like we've got some Gibble and Crucian orders. I mean, this is kind of an interesting one. 6 over a kilo. Do we think we would get 6 over a kilo down in our spot down there? Possibly. Maybe that's worth going for because we've got a couple other ones, but we also have a rough order that's always tempting to me. So maybe we'll head down to our spot. Maybe we'll head down to our Crucian spot, see if we can find 6 over a kilo. I'm at that point where it's just so difficult because there's so much you want to do. I need to, in terms of where to spend your silver, I really want to get 3 of these, right? But I'm sort of leaning towards getting 2 of these and 1 of these so that we can have 2, so we can get a spinning setup going to try out some stuff at Winding and at eventually Belaya. The issue is the test, I guess, and that's what we talked about last time, but this does limit us from being able to use certain lures, at least to be able to cast them very far. So yeah, just a lot to think about. Obviously, we want to keep digging. We want to keep making bread. I think that's what the other thing I'll do is buy some more bread on our way down there. And maybe get a little bit more ground bait in case we run out of ground bait. So we'll get... We want to make bread. I think we want to make bread until we're no longer getting points for bread, basically. So even though, I don't know, is it arguable that that it's cheaper to dig than make bread? Like, I guess that, but it's so quick, and bread is so cheap, and it's so quick getting those early points on bread. Like, I think it's worth doing the bread. It looks like we've got enough tea. We probably won't need to make more tea this episode, but maybe next episode we will. It'd be really convenient. Although if we end up fishing for rough during the evening, then it'd be really convenient to make some more tea while we're at camp. But we want to keep leveling up our cooking, only because we need lots of tea and eventually coffee and stuff like that. We want to level up harvesting ground bait, and that's sort of the priority right now, because we need to get to pearl barley and some of those other baits just as soon as we can. And that's pretty much it. The leveling up our bottom fishing and all that'll just come with time. It's not necessarily a big rush. But let's see if this spot is still treating us right. I wasn't necessarily going to fish down here again, but that cafe orders kind of pushes me over the edge. But if we're not getting close, then we may transition and go fish for rough instead. Where are we? There we go. All right. So let's just do. What was it that worked here? 7. We really at different times we've had like 5, 6, and 7, but let's just do 7 on all 3. See if we can dial it in a little bit, get as consistent as possible. Yeah, we definitely need to make more. And if anything, I want to go, you know what? I want to go a little left here, not right, I think. So let's see if this seems like a pretty active spot still. All right, so make some bread. Make 2 or 3 pieces of bread. Check on the lines. Do some digging. That's sort of your life right now when you're trying to level all this up. This is not a good sign. I don't know what's taken so long. Maybe it's going off now. So far, every piece of bread we've made, we've gotten points for. So I think we just keep doing that. If you make 3 or 4 in a row and don't get points, then at that point, maybe it's time to consider, you know, stopping. But we got a point last time. Let's see if we get a point this time. Yeah, we're still getting them every time, so. The question is, how long will it take to get that first crucian over a kilo? It's still pretty good silver down here, even if we don't hit that cafe order. Which, if we're not getting close to the cafe order, we'll definitely go get that easy rough order done. So, this is a thick one. Not quite kilo, though, I don't think. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, so there's one. One down. What was it? We needed 5, I believe. Was it 5 or 6? Let's look at that interesting website that has the cafe orders on it. That I really have never used until recently. The rf4.info. If you haven't already, the first 2 videos of this series, I posted links to a lot of these resources. So we're looking at the crucian orders. It looks like, oh, we need 6. It looks like it's 6 over 1.074 kilo. For what that's worth. So I think there's a pretty good chance we will not quite get there. My son and I are going to a baseball game tonight, so only have so much time. Probably got about, 45 minutes or so. I think we'll probably come a little bit short on that, but we should be able to hit that rough order if we peel off at the right time to go fish for rough. Because the rough was the easy rough order, I believe. I think it was just, they just have to be over 20 kilos maybe, 5 over 20, something like that. It's one of the easier ones. All right, don't forget to dig. 12.9, still getting red worms some. I think we did put our point in, right? Yep, so we've got 1 point in harvesting baits, which is good. Make a couple pieces of bread. Alright, so there's one we did not get points for. We'll see if we don't get points 2 in a row. Yep, 2 in a row. So we'll give it 1 or 2 more chances. But if that keeps up, we could have just had bad RNG there, but if that keeps up, then it's time to stop spending points, stop spending silver on bread, and we'll start getting some potatoes from winding. The other thing I think it might be worth doing is buying a little bit of the cola, even the candy bars, just something to speed up the process of getting energy back. You can rely just on tea. I think it's too early to go make coffee. I don't think we need to spend the money on the coffee pot. We will eventually. But coffee's a little bit pricier getting into than the tea. So, but just to like speed up some of these points in how fast we can level up harvesting baits, Might be worth getting a couple of, a little bit of cola or candy bar or something like that to pair with our tea so that the energy moves up even quicker. They kind of stack on top of each other. I am streaming tonight, a little bit later start than usual if you're going to be around. If you see this video, well, I bet by the time I get this video uploaded, well, I don't know. Anyway, if you are going to be around, want to stop by and say hello. Somebody recently did have a great idea in terms of messages on one of our recent episodes of creating, I mean, their idea was to start a Discord channel just sort of dedicated to helping new players. However, I already have a Discord channel, and if you want to get access to that Discord channel, just come by the stream and type !Discord in the stream, and you're welcome to join us in the Discord channel. But I may create a category of the Discord channel really focused on new players, resources, as well as you know, so that you all can share with each other. Hey, I was fishing at Winding and doing really well on burbot or chub or whatever, and so hopefully that'll be a good spot for that kind of sharing to happen for some of our newer players. Yeah, I should have thought of the cola thing before coming out here. I think it would have been worth a few silver to dig a little more often right now. This might be our second. Is it big enough? Might be just under. Oh, it's a gibble anyway, so never mind. Never the mind. So we only have the one, right? Yeah, we're probably not getting there. All right, let's test the bread out again. Let's give it a couple more chances here. Do we get points? Oh, we did. Okay, so that resets it. 13.3. Did not get it. So we're definitely in that. Once we hit, what, 13%, we get into this section where we're not getting points every time on bread all of a sudden. But still getting them often enough right now that it's worth it. That could change. 15% might be the cutoff. We'll see. Let's get that Crucian Gibble. Ooh, we made some 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Get that ground bait on there. Still an okay bite rate down here. I think the other thing that might be worth doing is going back over to that first spot we tried, which was kind of like over in this area, right near this bridge, right, in C3. That spot might be just as good as this one or close to it. And it has the benefit of not being as far away. So it's a little easier to switch between different spots over there. This one is so far out of the way. But it's been nice. And we caught our first trophy down here. And it's definitely in the evenings. It's been pretty good, consistent, decent sized crucians. Yeah, but right now we need this spot to activate. We need that transition from daytime to evening to happen here and increase the quality of fish we're catching. Right now this feels very average. We're close to being able to dig. There we go. 13.7. I mean, okay. $13.9. I like it. What I'm not crazy about right now is the size of these fish. All right, 1 second. Oh, maybe it's getting a little better. We just want a steady stream of markers to help with the silver. Roach? Looking a little better. We've had, what, 2 or 3 markers in a row? 3 in a row. Getting there. $14.1. $14.3. We need to find a good roach farm. I think common roach farms are underrated at low levels. If you can find a spot where you're consistently getting 500 grams and above, some reasonable amount of 1 kilo roach, it's not too bad. And it's a little more consistent during the daytime compared to the crucian gibble spots. Probably consider ourselves fortunate that we even got one of these over 1 kilo crucians during the daytime. I should have done some digging there a little more quickly. 14.5. Roach. I really think it's going to be hard to get points off bread after 15%. It's already getting tough. There it is, 14.7. So we are at 14.7. Getting ever closer and closer to pearl barley and oatmeal porridge. Pearl barley, at least at this level, is definitely the more exciting of those two. And then it's not far for these two baits, which are both pretty good, sweet dough especially. And then we've got 30% for semolina and then garlic dough 35. So you just kind of get good bait after good bait in these early levels. %24 on bottom fishing as well. I think 25 should do something, right? Yeah, we can switch over to Paternoster if we want. I like it. Dig it up. 14.9. Let's get really lucky on this last piece of bread. Hit it. Not so much lucky. So next, I think these next few fish that we catch, that will determine if we're going to immediately switch to rough or stay here a little bit longer. We've got a fish nibbling on all three rods, so this should help us make our decision. Okay. I don't know. I don't think that's a crucian gibble. My energy is also a problem, but this might be another like 1 kilo tench or something. It is that time of night where early evening where a tench could come in. Kind of just waiting for energy to go back up. I'm not sure if the energy is the problem why we can't get it in, or if it really is just that strong. Alright, so maybe it's starting to get tired a little bit. We've got energy now. We're in the green, so we shouldn't be feeling the effects of energy anymore. Just not knowing what this is, I want to keep it up here in this top section. He's got nowhere to go up here, so we have yet to catch a single common carp up here. I mean, this could be the first one. But I think it's really, it's got to be what, common carp or tench at this size? Isn't that the short of it? He's trying to escape. We are so close to this fish right now, but I don't know if we can finish pulling him in or not. Oh, we might be able to. Alright, we're going to see what it is. It is, in fact, a tench. Another, like, 1 kilo tench. Very nice. Personal record. 1.578. That is a nice fish. Okay, so how big is this one? 699. Oh, small. Alright, so I guess we give it one more minute here and then we'll decide. 15.1. I think it's just about rough time. Make sure we make some silver. That's a decent gibble, 796. Oh, hey there. It's what, midnight? Could this be another Tinch? I think it's possible, but it's a little late for Tinch. Let's just hope this is a really nice trophy, crucian or gibble. It would be a trophy if it was one of those two fish. This one is like not obeying the laws of which way it's supposed to go. It is just straight running. I don't know if I can get in front of it or not without losing it. Alright, now go back the other way. No, he is determined. And I'm a little nervous that, there we go, we turned him. Yeah, keep going that way. What is this fish doing? This fish has decided that it will spool us. So it looks like spooler or lose it. One of those two outcomes is looking more and more likely. And I I might be okay with this one popping off. This is gonna be an adventure. At this point, does it matter? Yeah, I guess it does still matter. The farther left it goes, the worse shape we're in. It's not going to spool us in this spot. But there are other areas it could get a little dicey. Let's see, we've got 130 meters of line on, except there's only 100, so we've got 120 meters of line. We may be okay at mosquito with 120 meters though. 120, like I'm not sure. I'd have to measure it, but that might be the one place it could spool us. If it's a Tinch, though, it should get tired pretty soon. Kind of seems like that's what's happening. It's not pulling as much. It's coming in some now. It's being a good fish and going the right direction. It's just weird. There are just some nice sized fish up in this top corner. And not just crucian gibbles, it seems. This fish is just straight coming in now. We got a little clicking going on in our reel, but I think we have an extra spark, so if we end up damaging one too much, we can just switch it out. The fish is too heavy for me to lift, at this point at least. Okay, there's the fish. What species is that? Is that another Tench? That is another Tench. It's another record breaker, I believe. See how Tench get tired pretty quickly. Yes, sir. On bread. Wow. Wowzers. Did we travel this far? Wow. Okay. So probably would take a good like day and a half to get that crucian order done, which we don't have that much time. But you would get there eventually because you're going to probably have 2 to 3 over a kilo come out in the morning. So you would hit it, but it's not going to be quick. It is not going to be quick. I bet we got some of those those small crucian gibble orders done, unless they expired. I think there was at least 2 of them, right? And then we need to start fishing for rough real quick if we want to try to get that order done. I think we'll stay up here at the pier. I had pretty good success the other day just hitting the rough from here on worm. And we like using roach mix for the rough. We'll take the clip off and just do a max cast kind of in that direction. It's a long way to reel rough in, but, you know, what are you going to do? It gives us a chance to go look at the cafe orders and maybe get a few more pieces of bread to play with. Alright, and then on this one we'll do the 22 hook, and instead of putting roach mix, we'll put the basic pear sinker on there. We do not want to use red worm here. Take this off, and then it will go farther with just that pear sinker, so we'll just do a regular 90% cast. And it looks like we might already be catching fish here. See how quickly we can get these rough in for the order. I think it was another 20-something silver just for 5 non-marker rough. There was also a white bream order, but I don't think the white bream come in very quickly from this spot. So I'm not sure that we're going to hit white bream, but we should be able to get this rough order, I would think. And if worse comes to worse, we could always move over to camp. But like I said, this gives us a chance to look at a couple things while we're waiting on them. I think that's a sleeper. It is. So we switched to small hooks and worms. Now we're catching some rough. Yeah, so this rough order is just from 20. So we just need 4 more rough, really any size. We got 1 of these, so that's not going to happen. 5. This is an easy white bream order, but you got to sit on it for a while. Oh, we're 1 roach short. That stinks. What's that silver? It's only 9. Guess that doesn't matter. So we just need 2 pieces. We'll do these 2. That's 9 silver. And then those 2, that's 3 silver. And then we got 41. So we've made about 60, 55 silver, something like that. In a pretty quick amount of time. That spot back there is not bad. Let's look and see what those Tinch are worth. Tinch add up very, very quickly. It's a good fish to be catching at this level. Tench and bream. Another rough that counts. Oh, this is a small one. Longest cast. All right, so Tinch, 7 and 6 silver. Yeah, pretty nice. Bread. Let's just see if we can get lucky. It's just not going to happen as often. 15.3, so we did hit it. We did hit it. 15.5. We are getting there. And at some point we will probably want to switch to making some potatoes from winding, but we want that to be sort of the last option, the last ditch thing we do to push towards 25. That looks like a nice one. Yeah, 75 grams. Very nice. Uh-oh, I might have gone too quick. Yep, too quick. Gotta let it sit, like that auto hook thing to happen. We've got enough rough. We'll give it another couple fish though before we call it here. And then we can use the smallest rough we've caught. $15.7. Keep it going. Oh, I love it. Now we're getting points like crazy. 15.9 to 0.2. 16%. Wow. We just found the shelf with the lucky bread on it. I am getting close to stopping with the bread and transitioning to just digging and potatoes though. 16.2. We snuck another point in. All right, that's all our bread. I think it's getting to be not worth it. It's probably getting to be worth doing potatoes, I would say. What in the world? All right, so let's just do it. Rough. $30 silver. So good. So good. Wow. What if we just real quick see if we can't get lucky on this roach? Just to finish that 10 silver roach order. We've got a couple minutes here before, we've got a 5-10 minutes before I need to wrap this up, so let's see if we just can't get lucky somewhere. That's a nice rough. Yeah. So what would we do? We could do worms. I think we just move to a little bit bigger hooks. We'll try worm, bread, and peas maybe. Let's just go off of this dock. Roach are pretty much everywhere. Yeah, let's just cast like out here 50%. See if we can't. Alright, so we'll do roach mix and peas on this one. Again, about a little over 50%. Let's get our last rough out. And let's see, we've got peas, worms, and then we want to do bread on this one, I think. Actually, maggots would have been good to try. Yeah, instead of bread, let's do maggots on this one. Once again, I guess we'll do 16, maggot. I don't know. This might be a non-spot, but let's try it. I'll be right back. It might have been just as good just to stay at that dock and cast straight out. Well, we do have a fish on. And it's decent size. Although this could be perch because we're using worm on this one. Oh, it is a roach. Wow. Perfect. Did anything else do anything? Doesn't look like it. Okay, I think that was it though, right? Didn't that get the order? Let's look at roach. How much are all of our roach worth? 5 silver, and by turning it into the order, I think we turned it into 10 silver. Yeah. So it's worth it. 10 silver. Okay. We done good. We done real good. Yeah. I think it's been nice. We're up to 210 silver. I think next episode we buy a kit, either a feeder or a spinning kit. I think that's definitely like, that is in our near future. Remember, it's not a ghost snag. Just got to get a little more power to get it off the bottom. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. So 40 more silver. Man, we're at 250. 250. So I think in terms of, obviously there continues to be like little things that we need to buy. Ground bait, supporting harvesting baits with either bread or potatoes or both. Crafting tea and stuff like that. But in terms of big ticket items, it is, I think it's between this kit and and this kit, just depending on, do we want to go do some winding spinning with red worms on 2 feeders, or do we want to get a feeder or 2 kits set up first before doing that? Because the thing about winding is you don't need a lot of gear. Like, I mean, if you're using really small hooks and red worms, the stuff you're going to catch is actually pretty small over there. How much do we have of those by now, by the way? 19. And we could buy another stack. So we'd have 49. I don't know. We'll see. But you're going to mostly catch small stuff anyway. I think we'd use crucian gibble. But anyway. So that's a possibility. And then at night we would just go 3 feeders. During the day we would, yeah, just spin fish a little bit. I think that could be fun. I think it'd be a change of pace. It's not going to be as efficient, most likely, but it might be more fun to mix it up a little bit. I mean, it's still going to be, it's just too lucrative at Mosquito to not come back when there's rough orders and that kind of thing, and just knock them out real quick. But just as far as like, I don't necessarily want to spend the next 3 episodes grinding away on only crucian gibbles. So to mix it up a little bit might be worthwhile. But I think this is going really well. Hopefully this has been helpful. We really are progressing fairly quickly. And remember, the number you want to pay attention to is the silver number. Don't worry about your level. You don't need to level up quickly. What you need to do is earn silver and just get the experiences of different types of fishing and figuring stuff out. Because it's a fairly complicated game. You don't want to like jump into the mid-level stuff until you've really grasped a lot of the different techniques and strategies for the lower level stuff. Okay, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Should be streaming later tonight, and the next episode for this series will either be after the stream or tomorrow, something like that. See you next time. Peace out.